Assalamu alaikum brothers and sisters, welcome back to my channel one more time. If you are new to this channel, consider subscribing because we talk about the end of time in this channel, the coming of the Mahdi, Dajjal, Yajuj and Majuj, Isa alayhi salam, Jesus, and many other topics. Sea of Galilee, Euphrates River. So again, consider subscribing. Sea of Galilee is something so important. It is so important not only for the Muslims, but also it is for the Christian, the Jew, and the Yahudi, for everyone. It is something very, very important. And this river is actually now drying up. Believe it or not, Muslim ulama, according to a source, Muslim scholars, they are actually keeping track of the receding water of Galilee. Believe it or not. I do not know if that is true, but it is said that some people, they are actually observing the water level. Why? Because of the hadith of Tamim ad-Dari, if you remember, when he met Dajjal, in a place in Ireland, he said that the river, the Galilee Sea, will dry up one day. And the scholars, they said that when it will dry up, the Galilee Sea will dry up, the Dajjal, Khuruj Dajjal will take place. This video, I want to talk about the video that was made by Imran Hussein. He made few comments about the Sea of Galilee and the coming of the Mahdi. So take a listen at this video, and then inshallah I will give you more details and hopefully find something that will benefit all of us inshallah. Let's see what he will say.
Sea of Galilee, yes, and we will know that because the water in the Sea of Galilee would have dried up. That is the time when these events are now going to take place. The advent of Imam Mahdi, Dajjal appearing in a day which is like our day, so we'll see him as a Jew, etc., and the Son of Mary coming down. I can say that I expect the Sea of Galilee to dry up in about 50 years. Because it is when the water in the Sea of Galilee dries up that the Son of Mary will come back down. Go and read.
Okay, so one thing he's saying here is that he's expecting it to dry up in the next 50 years, which is possible, but here is the caveat to that. The Yahudi, their culture was formed, the culture is called Vudsats. Okay, this culture was formed in and around the lake of Galilee, the Sea of Galilee that we call, in 1909. The reason I'm mentioning that is because he said 50 years it will dry up. According to my understanding, after doing some research and study, it is not going to happen in 50 years. Allahu alam, Allah knows the best. Do not say, well, he said 50 years is not enough. This is something matter of the ghaib, but my research, my study in this matter tells me that it will not dry up in the next 50 years. Rather, it will depend on who is in control of the Sea of Galilee. So what do I mean by that is that right now, the Yahudi, the Zionist Yahudi, they are in complete control of the sea. Even though the sea, Galilee Sea, has border with Syria, Jordan, Israel, however, the main player in all of this is the Yahudi. Once they are being dethroned, and somebody else will take over, which I believe will be the case for the Muslims. The Muslim will take over the state of Israel, or they will have at least more control over that part of the world. That time when the Yahudi would not have upper hand, that would be the time when you will see a rapid depletion of water from the Sea of Galilee. And the reason for that is, dear brothers and sisters, I told you in my past videos that the Mahdi, when he will appear, or before he will appear, there will be a righteous Muslim army that will be a precursor, if you like, for the coming of the Mahdi. And that righteous Muslim army, being the precursor, they will have a lot of control and power in the world affairs. when Muslims will have, let's say even 50% share in controlling the Sea of Galilee, Allah Azza wa Jal will make it dry. Why? Because right now, even if it dries right now, the Yahudi would not let it happen. The reason for that is because the Yahudi, their culture, as I mentioned, the Euphrates culture, or Wurtz culture, I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, that was formed in 1909, shows that the Yahudi, they are there to protect the Sea of Galilee. It's a big deal for them. Do you think right now it can dry up and the Yahudi will do nothing? No. They are going to replenish the sea. They're going to bring water from wherever they can and make the sea run water one more time. The Muslims, because they do not have upper hand, they can do nothing about this sea, and Allah Azza wa Jal will not make it dry when it is in the hand of the Yahudi. Allah Azza wa Jal will release the Dajjal, as I said, when the Mahdi will be here. And the Mahdi will be here and the Dajjal will be released once Muslims will have the upper hand. So when Imran Hussain said, going back to my point, he said 50 years it will dry up and then we will see the Dajjal. No, it's not that simple. It's much more complicated. It's a much more complex thing than just having the sea drying up, the water being evaporated in the air. It is not that simple. There are a lot of politics, there are a lot of malhama, there are many other things that will take place before the Dajjal, his khuruj will happen and the sea will dry. So let's take a listen more. I hope that this is clear for you now. Do not just listen and believe in something. You have to think deep. You have to weigh in other things that are mentioned in the hadith, in the prophecy.
Read your Sahih Muslim. It is at that time, and go and notice the water level in the Sea of Galilee now. It is lower than it has ever been before in history, and so the hadith of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ is now moving to center stage. If I say 50 years, and if I say I can be wrong, at least I'm giving you a wake-up call. A wake-up call.
Absolutely, a wake-up call is all we need, wallahi. Every time I come and talk to you guys, I don't come and tell you the truth. I do not know the future. I mean, I tell you the truth from the hadith and sunnah, but what I'm meaning is that I don't claim something. I do not know what will happen in the future. But the main purpose of these videos is to give you a wake-up call, just like as he's saying.
That you're living in the age of the countdown. So don't be fighting each other over chicken feed. That's what you're doing in South Africa in particular. The ulama fighting with each other. Sectarian conflicts over chicken feed. While this hugely important subject is so far away from them, it is unbelievable. When the water in the Sea of Galilee is drying up, then in Sahih Muslim we are told, a Muslim ruler will die and there will be disagreement concerning succession. And then a man is going to come out of Mecca. His name will be my name and his father's name will be my father's name, said the Prophet ﷺ. He'll have a broad...
Another thing that he's mentioning is that the Sea of Galilee will dry up before the three sons of Khalif will come out and claim to be the Khalif of that time. Yes, this can be coincided with the drying up of the Galilee Sea, but for that to happen, the son of three Khalif the three sons of the Khalif will come when WW3 will take place. Okay, that thing will happen after WW3. The Sea of Galilee will dry up once Muslim will be able to knock out the Yahudi, the Zionists who are in power right now and controlling the sea.
Forehead and a large nose, and he'll be known as Al-Mahdi, and he'd hurry from Medina to Mecca. As he approaches Mecca, people are going to come out to him, so this has to be a well-known person, not
okay, so the rest of the video is obviously mentioning about the coming of the Mahdi, the end of time, how this will all play out. So I will not make this video any longer because we already know the coming of the Mahdi and the hadith that I mentioned in this video in this channel before, so there's no reason for me to go forward and make this video a little bit longer. There's no reason for that. So again, if you're new here, consider subscribing, like this video. If you share this video, let me know your opinion. Do you think Galilee Sea will dry up and then the Dajjal will emerge, or do you think there will be other factors that we will have to weigh in before the coming of the Dajjal and the Mahdi will take place? Let me know in the comment section below. You can email me also. If you email me, I do read your email, but unfortunately not all the time I'm able to respond to your email. But let me know in the comment section or email me. Either way is fine. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.